authors and philosophers too. A fuck, marry, kill, they gonna lay it out for you.
Now give me just a minute, it won't take long. I was saying to Jamie and Ashley, baby, I'm asking who you crushing on.
Hot minute.
In almost an hour.
Hot minute.
But not quite an hour.
Hot minute.
These guys are on fire.
Oh, hot minute. I hope it's you. Hot minute. Talking about dicks. You need a hot minute. Hot minute in the time it takes to drive from here to an hour away from here. Halloween is fun for friends. This is Hot Minute.
Starring Jamie, Bradley, and Ashley Spurgeon.
Hey, friends.
Y'all. Season 2 theme song medley.
Oh my gosh.
What are you
What a
gonna
ride
do?
it's been.
It's been really crazy. I do want to say thank you so much. I don't even know if this list is comprehensive. So basically, what was it like in 2005 when we lazily decided to make a podcast and then did not act on it because we're
For
lazy
years.
as fuck. And then Michael came in, who's our producer, and then we were like, wouldn't it be like really funny if someone did a new theme song for us every week because we're full of ourselves and we're pieces of shit? And that's exactly what people did.
I love it.
I love it too. So
It
I want
really feels very validating for me, like just as a
Yes.
person.
So I want to thank Music Band, Jay Phillips, Miss Shelby and Leanne, especially
Yeah.
Patrick Donfier, Mike Shepard times 15.
Mike Shepard has really gone above and beyond.
Tower Defense, Alan Angelico, Polly, Tails, Julia Martin, Tracy Walnut, Coco Hames,
Legends.
Denisha, so many. And then also thank you to We Own This Town.
Yes.
And then music. Also, the ambient music you hear is brought to you by Upright T-Rex, also known as the people that write the Dots music. You ever played a game on your phone?
It's called Dots.
You
It's
ever-
real good.
Ever played Two Dots? Yeah, bitch.
It's even better. It's twice as good.
This is Hot Minute.
Hi, I'm Ashley.
I'm Jamie. And you can go to hotminute.com, HOTTminute.com.
You can follow us on Twitter at Hot Minute.
HOTT.
Instagram.
This is actually it. This is it for season 2. This is insane. But you can also text 240-823-4688. Any old bullshit you want.
You can say a Harold Ramis, or you can say
A
a
butthole.
butthole, or like a really pretty pear.
A lamp. Lamps.
Lamps.
Lamps are
Fascinating.
fucking sexy as hell.
Text whatever dumb bullshit and we'll put it in the bag, and then maybe we'll pull it out of the bag and talk about it
Yeah.
off the tops of our heads.
At the end of the episode, we usually have a bag, but today we don't.
No,
'Cause you know
today's
what?
special.
Fuck all y'all.
It's the end of the season. It's the last day of school. We've got senioritis like you don't even fucking know.
Ooh, I'm throwing a paper airplane at my
Lord.
friends.
Oh, I just pants the teacher.
Me too.
Yeah.
So my thing is, we do have a guest today, but before we get into that, I wanna ask you a question.
What?
Who are you crushing on?
Oh my God, I'm really glad that you asked me that because the answer is Ben Feldman. The answer is Ben Feldman. He's an actor.
Goodness. The actor we've all been waiting to talk about.
Ben Feldman, brightest star in Hollywood.
Man.
Everyone is his name is on everyone's lips.
The name on everybody's lips.
You may know
Ben Feldman. Yeah.
You may know Mr. Feldman from the television show Silicon Valley, where he's like the lawyer.
Oh, yeah.
He's on Superstore. He's like the main cute boy on Superstore. I believe what many of our listeners will recognize him as. He's the one on Mad Men who cut off his nipple.
He was one of the best characters.
He was the best character, and he was also like one of the hottest ones. He had a super good 70s stash, and I just think
BBB
he's
hot.
like super sexy, good looking
I do too.
fella.
That's great.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think he's hot as well.
I do too. But here's my question for you.
Yeah.
Who are you crushing on?
Oh my God, it's so funny that you would ask that because I'm crushing on Recently, scientists dug up. You know me. I love digging up a dead body.
You love digging up bones.
I loved it. Digging up bones. I'm digging up bones. I love it when somebody digs up a body. You know what I love even more? Facial reconstruction.
Amen. Amen. Murder victims, mummies, just the luckiest people in the world.
I love it when somebody finds a dead body and is like, you know what? I think I could put clay on top of this and make a little face out of it. You know the phenomenon pareidolia when you see faces in places. This is a lot more literal than that. So scientists dug up a Greek teen.
Like you do.
They rebuilt her face. If you go to the Hot Minute Instagram, you can see this teen today. Mm-hmm. You might have to scroll down. Who knows what I'll do between now and then. But the Greek teen looks like Glenn Danzig.
Yeah, she looks like caveman SpongeBob.
She, honestly, you know who she really fucking looks like? She looks like if Marnie from Girls was on, like, some sort of hormone therapy, and which I think is fucking cool. I think that's actually fucking cool. I think a lot of people are razzing her online, and I'm like, you know what? I stand my handsome.
I mostly just want to know where does Greek teen get off is what I want to know, because it's like there's enough bog bodies out there, you know. There's enough. There's like mummies from Peru. There's Peruvian mummies
that are beautiful.
They're beautiful, and they're wearing lovely clothes.
I just love, because outside of Tutankhamun, who I've talked about before, who looked like a god drew him with his left hand,
he couldn't move his spine. Poor boy.
9,000-year-old Greek teen is just a random girl. Like, I literally think of just all these little movies that they're putting out now that are like, oh, Lady Bird, like, oh, being a teen is hard. And I'm like, being that fucking teen must have sucked. Because here's the deal. Greek people are attractive. There's a lot of very attractive Greek people. There's a lot of just classically attractive Greek people. You've got, like, the whatever. And they dug up the one teen who was just not doing too great.
What I love.
And I love her. She didn't have a good time when she was alive. Let's be honest.
She's dead as a teen already. I mean, there's your first problem.
Guess whose face isn't getting reconstructed? All her fucking bullies. All her bullies. I stand her. So I mentioned Glenn Danzig earlier, and he looks strikingly similar to roided up Marnie, the Greek teen, who is my crush. But it brings me to our guest for today.
Yeah.
So our guest for today is someone that if I were digging up a body and I wanted to know, when was it born? What was it like? What was its life? I would consult our astrologer.
You have a very deep Rolodex.
I do.
Yeah. And today we've invited Madame Rose.
Madame Rose. So Madame Rose, our astrologer, was born on the same fucking day as the real Glenn Danzig. And I have a question for her.
Please go ahead.
Madame Rose, who are you crushing on?
At the moment, it's Paul Schrader. It was sort of a new. It was a this week kind of thing. I think it's his collection.
Yeah.
Of fun glasses.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which apparently don't have lenses in them.
Which is
like a
cool
soap opera actor on TV.
It's just got like a big
no glare.
This is my fun box of glasses, and I pick one every day, and this is me today.
So Paul Schrader, for those on the line, is a director. I think of Paul Schrader, he directed a lot of really like classic films. I love Paul Schrader as the director of the crowdsourced film The Canyons, starring Lindsay Lohan and James Dean, the porn actor.
I did see that.
I for sure saw that. But Paul Schrader is best known for
Taxi Driver. And also Mishima, A Life in 4 Chapters.
Yes.
And also,
of course,
American Gigolo. And also,
we should watch American Gigolo.
I've
never seen it. Yeah, just like right now. Let's go. Let's head down to the Blockbuster, ladies. Yeah, I've got my card.
The Hollywood Video down in Bellevue, and So Paul Schrader. That's
director of Taxi Driver. Fun fact about Taxi Driver, that's like the genesis of this podcast.
It genuinely is.
Jamie and I were going to watch Taxi Driver, and instead we started talking about
K-pop songs and singers. I went to her house and we were like, let's be smart. Like, let's watch a classic film, and we got about 20 minutes into it, and I was like,
movies are bad.
Movies are hard.
Movies are bad and hard. Talking is fun. So that's what we did instead.
How did you feel about Canyons?
I never
That movie
saw
was
it.
so fucking stupid. So Bret Easton Ellis wrote it, which is
I forgot
number
that
one.
part.
Paul Schrader directed it. Bret Easton Ellis crowdsourced it. I was a huge fan of Bret Easton Ellis when I was like 14.
Of course.
Because I was like, I like reading about people that do cocaine. But Paul Schrader has lots of different glasses. Honestly, Paul Schrader is attractive. I've seen many a photo of him.
And also just, it's when you get a crush and you're like, ooh, I'm going to look up their quotes.
Yes.
Do that.
You go to IMDb and look up trivia.
And there's just some great, okay, so here's a few. Let's see. I want to be happy. Why do I do things that make me unhappy? I'm feeling kind of like a kinship here. Schrader, a Cancer, July 22nd.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Start off. Yeah, I don't know. I'm into the Schrader thing.
So I feel like with this guest here, we have an invaluable resource.
I know.
So as I think through what to do with this, like what to do with this time, and as we want to round out the year here, I want to just talk about Zodiac, not
Not the movie, which is really good, though. I like it. It's a good film.
Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo, yeah.
Definitely don't have the Zodiac Killer's birthday unless it actually.
Unless it's like in the notes, like hidden as a secret or something.
Yeah.
What if you solve the murder tonight on this podcast? That'd be really fucking cool.
I've got it.
Hey guys, what a scoop. So I think what we should do is just go through the fucking Zodiac and just like
We
that's
have
our
a
bag.
list. We have a list.
Around the
The
wheel.
universe is my goddamn bag.
Not, yeah.
So I did a very brief Google before we got here.
Not to pull the curtain back too far on the process, but Jamie provided a list of approximately 400 names broken down by star sign.
I count that fast.
So
I had 5 beers before I got here and was like, guys, I got it.
it is a list. I am extremely excited, and
It's one to remember.
I think we should just start from the top, and we should ask Madame Rose for her expertise
Doing
and
strictly sun signs.
okay.
Ooh, yes, strictly. Okay, so actually,
Strictly sun- So what is a sun sign?
yeah. So for the uninitiated, what are our what's
For the
our-
noobs.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to know that we can edit this. And I'm going to say something right
Okay.
and not poorly. Your sun sign is essentially like a basic nature.
Okay.
Like your personality traits that kind of remain constant throughout your life.
Okay.
Just sort of like what you shine out to the world, what people kind of, your most inherent kind of nature. But like in a natal chart, you've got every other thing happening there, but it's sort of like, you know, people are a little weird about sun sign astrology because it's been a way to like market astrology in a huge way because you can put a little thing in a paper and everybody wants to read it because it's fun. But I think it's a pretty fun way to proceed.
Okay.
For checking out the dudes.
Yeah. So I will say too on Hot Minute, we are totally 100% genderqueer and bisexual, but
for some
I
reason-
Googled only men on accident.
Mostly men are on
so
these lists,
most
yeah.
of the people on these lists are going to be men. A lot of that was just a lack of preparation. And
also just like lack of like good internet sources for like celebrity
It was
female
really
horoscopes. It's
fucking
harder than you would
hard.
think.
Well, and if anybody has a question, they can text it.
this is
There you go.
If somebody has a specific
This
lady
is
they want to hear about.
this is the
This is
social
so
engagement.
good. This is what we've needed for 2 years and
Yeah,
have never
we've
been able
not-
to figure out.
Hey guys, if you'd like to know about a lady, just text 240-TAD-HOT.
This is the dawning of the age.
Of Aquarius.
Let's just start there.
I think before we get into this, so sun sign sort of tropes, like if we're just doing sun sign, so Aquarius, I've always known Aquarius, they're supposed to be like kind of weird. They're like ruled by Uranus, and they're like, ooh,
They're all a little gay.
they're
Really?
they're all a little.
I'm writing
gay.
this down. I'm writing this down.
Not in a- I
Little.
mean,
No, yeah,
It's
gay.
And
And
if you're talking about memes made about astrology,
Yes.
or memes about
and
astrological
Aquarius
signs,
will do some shit.
So-
They'll put a pinky in a boo boo.
So we've got
they'll
some.
put a pinky in a. Oh, that's what you mean.
So you got Christian Bale on here as a famous Aquarius. He seems like a finger in the butthole kind of gentleman.
I don't necessarily think it's also sort of like the idea that all Aquarians are essentially aliens. I
Yes.
guess is the joke.
Yeah, yeah,
They're all
yeah.
fucking aliens.
Yes.
Which that doesn't. If you want a finger in your butt, that doesn't mean you're an alien.
I mean,
at
but,
all.
hey,
but
all the ones I've met.
Aquarius just might be up for the human experience because
bless.
they might be from another
You
planet.
know, a finger
like
in a
that.
They're
butthole
down
is the
for
same
anything.
thing as like, you know, holding hands to an alien. You know, it's all just
and
the
maybe to
experience.
like the millennial. I don't think it's that
Exactly.
weird. Right.
You're right.
Do you want to borrow a cup of sugar or do you want a finger in your butthole?
It's all the same to
one's
the
ever
alien
asked me
Aquarius.
Like a good neighbor, Aquarius is there.
So who from this list, who do you think is like the horniest Aquarius?
Oh God.
I'll read some of the list.
I think it's got to be Ellen.
Ellen? Yeah.
Ellen DeGeneres, number 1.
Ellen DeGeneres, number 1 horny
Horniest
Aquarius.
I would say Burt Reynolds, number 2.
Oh,
That's
Burt
really
Reynolds
good.
comes in 1. I'm sorry. I was so transfixed.
Burt Reynolds is on a big rig, just like he's like, how many pinkies I got? Like,
Also, you did get a lady on the list.
So here's
yeah.
you've got Michael B. Jordan and Michael Jordan are both Aquariuses. That's fun.
That middle
Which
initial
it
don't
is.
matter.
Dick Cheney, Jeb Bush.
Dick Cheney will shoot you in the face, pink in the stink. You
So
know?
we've talked about Harry Styles before.
Harry Styles. Okay, so I can.
He's got a nice fluidity happening.
He does.
I mean,
Yes.
Have you seen him like
Yeah.
live in person
Yes.
and moving like
Have I ever
his
seen
body?
it? I mean, we've never been to the same party. But
Did you see it? Have you seen him like
Perform like live.
So we
Nice.
happened to be at the same concert, and like I'd always had this sort of.
we happened to be at the Harry Styles
At
concert.
the Harry
I'm so
Styles.
jealous.
Oh my god! By the end of it, so I already had a huge crush going in. By the end of it, I was like, he would fuck literally anything and anyone in this place, and like pandered
Yeah.
to it and played with it, and it was just
Let's be careful because there were a lot of young girls in that.
so anyone
Harry's
of
not
age,
like that.
Sorry, Harry.
anyone of age,
didn't
and no
know
one
that.
that we personally know that was in Casey Musgrave's opening band. So yeah, he would have fucked anyone of age. He like ran through at one point with like a rainbow flag, like, and it was, and it didn't feel disingenuous. Like
He's
it,
just a young man, and that's the way the young kids are these days.
and he's playing with fashion. Oh, I love it. Dick Cheney, Ronald Reagan was actually kind of surprising to me.
Ronald Reagan obviously is a astrology legend. Go
ahead and share what you know.
So Ronald Reagan almost was assassinated in the 80s.
Yeah.
And then after that happened, his wife Nancy called up like someone that she met on Access Hollywood or whatever the fuck, like who's a psychic, not a psychic,
Well, and
excuse
they're
me, an
Hollywood people,
astrologer.
too,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm sure
Yes.
that was a person that was already running in their circle.
A
Yes.
deep, like decades back. Yeah,
Yeah.
so for
That's a good point.
For quite a while, there was an official White House astrologer, and she looks amazing.
Joan Quigley.
Joan
Yes.
Quigley.
Her hair is literally situated about 5
All I'm going to say is this. No one ever tried to shoot Reagan again.
Because he had
You
Joan
know?
on his
He
side.
had Joan.
What do you
He
think
had
she
Joan.
Saw
got?
it coming.
What
She knew.
smudging ceremony did she do?
Joan doesn't look like much of a smudger. if
No.
you're asking me.
Joan looks like she would do some like.
She is a methodical.
Mm-hmm.
She look like she's probably got like.
Joan is a straight shooter,
Spreadsheets.
unlike
John
Hinckley. That's it. Who was in love with Jodie Foster. Speaking of kids,
right.
so how does this?
Travolta, who looks like the
Who
9,000
literally
Greek
is an alien. Let's talk about Scientology.
John
The man is.
Travolta.
He's good. He's proven it.
That makes, you know what? I've never made that connection. John Travolta being into like Xenu and being an Aquarius makes so much fucking sense. Ugh.
Audit me.
Can I tell you the
Please.
funniest?
Audit me, Daddy.
Audit me, Daddy.
The funniest tweet I saw today. I follow this guy named Louis Vertil. Do you follow him?
I know the name. I think I see. Yeah.
He tweeted today. He goes, "I really pray that one of the Masked Singers is Shelley Miscavige." And that's how I started my day, and it made me super happy. Okay, so I feel like Aquarius we've established, finger in a boo-boo.
They're
Who's
just
next?
fun, and they're kind of like the ultimate fuckboy.
I've had a lot of fun with Aquarians. I'll
Yeah,
tell
I
you
don't want to
that.
talk. We don't want to talk about that.
Tell you that. Pisces, though, I've had a lot of not fun with a Pisces, but I've also had some lovely. My mom, Pisces. Mom is a Pisces. Tell us right now, Madame Rose, what are we in right now?
We're in Pisces.
We're in Pisces.
It's also interesting that we started at the end of the zodiac.
This is how the website was done.
I always like to just like push Aries off a little bit, just because they deserve it. Just let them wait.
Ooh.
So let them wait.
So what is a Pisces
Yeah, what's-
personality?
Yeah,
kind
what's
of?
what a soppy, lovely, dreamy, gorgeous.
See, and you think they're
little
lovely and
asshole.
dreamy, but
So
I
I
just
do. Well, I think they're a little spineless.
yes, girl,
I'm
fucking
Hating on some
dick.
Pisces right now, but also
Grow a fucking dick.
But also the most, I would say, one of the coolest aspects of, I think, Pisces energy in general is forgiveness. Is a huge
I was gonna say
forgiveness and friendship.
Yeah.
And
That's really important.
it's
it's
lovely.
a water sign.
Very much. The most water, I think.
It's like with the fish, right?
It's literally some fish.
It's like if Scorpio is a deep, dark, murky swamp, Cancer might be a swimming pool, Pisces is the ocean that covers the earth. They hold the most water. But also, we were talking earlier, one of the funniest things is that it's all these like lovely people, and then you've got John Wayne Gacy.
Like right smack in the middle.
Who honestly,
It's like Johnny Cash, Steve Jobs, George Washington, Alan
Kurt
Rickman,
Russell.
Bruce Willis, Kurt Cobain,
Albert
John Wayne
Einstein.
Gacy.
Albert Einstein.
Einstein.
George
in there.
Washington.
You got Steve Irwin here. We're recording this on Steve Irwin's
Great with
birthday.
Animals are a big thing.
And
with Pisces.
Steve Irwin.
Really?
Tapped in.
Steve
with
Irwin
the,
died in the water.
He did die. It's very painful.
Dead in the water. It's quite
Jesus.
literally.
Who, did anybody else die in the water? On this
Of
Trevor
this
Noah.
list?
Trevor Noah.
Also, of all of
R.I.P.
the Pisces that we're dreaming about, George Harrison.
I was about
George
to
Harrison
say,
is the hottest on this list by far.
tapped into kind of like a tap in. Like I feel like Pisces are the ones that can tap into that hippy dippy shit the best.
Yeah.
You know,
In a way
that's
that you're like not
astute.
repulsed by it.
That's astute.
I will say the Pisces that I dated was very how I would imagine George Harrison to
Like
be.
my favorite George Harrison story that I'm stealing from a George Harrison documentary is I believe they were interviewing Tom Petty or something, and he was just talking about, oh, one day I was at George Harrison's house because we're friends, and George Harrison was like playing a ukulele, and then Tom Petty was like, oh, ukulele, that's fun, and George Harrison was like, here, and he went to his car and he had a trunk full of ukuleles and just hands them out to people because like you never know when someone's gonna want one, and he was right. So
Like,
there
it's
you
fucking
go.
dumb.
Man,
there
he was
you
about
go.
20 years too early with that.
No shit, man.
he could be writing every jingle.
It's like Pisces is the person where, like, if George Harrison was wearing prayer beads, I wouldn't be like, oh, you fucking fuck. Like, I wouldn't.
So
fine.
here's
Go
my
ahead
favorite
with
thing
yourself.
about George Harrison that I know, and I've mentioned it in the podcast before. He went on record saying he loved to eat pussy, and I think that's just really
That's
Piscean.
champion.
Yeah.
That's a champion.
Piscean trait.
That's a Piscean champion.
You know, he likes to get wet.
They like wet. They like it wet. All right. Justin Bieber loves to eat
water.
pussy. Kurt Russell, Albert Einstein.
Pussy eater
Malin.
extraordinaire.
Trevor Noah.
Honestly,
What do you think?
I think Trevor Noah is cute.
Does Trevor go down?
He seems a little staid to me. He seems a little uptight. I don't know.
John.
Maybe that's because he wears
His humor,
suits.
I can never. But
I
I,
can
know
never-
he's funny.
Yes.
And I laugh.
Samesies.
But there's a thing where I'm just like, why am I not laughing harder?
Same.
Yeah.
But he's also beautiful, and
Yeah.
I think he
Yeah.
actually. It might be like an accent thing.
He's like the funniest guy in like a class, which
Yes.
is great,
Yeah.
but that's not enough to be like a TV host.
He's your funniest
IMO.
coworker.
Yeah.
Like if that.
It's also such a fine line to walk with, like, news comedy, though,
Yes.
too, because you can't always be funny. So it's sort of a.
And also, like, I'm old now. Like, this just isn't for me anymore. Like, The Daily Show is for a younger generation of viewer, maybe. I don't know.
I don't want to stay here too long, but I will say he took over an incredibly difficult role to fill that was very
By a beloved.
quintessentially
Yeah.
American, and I don't know. I think it was a mistake to do a non-American.
Like, I don't even want to have to think about South Africa, and it's kind of annoying,
South
you know?
Africa's awful. Okay, so moving on. I'm kidding. No one listens to this.
We can work on that part.
South Africa.
Maybe we'll revisit it.
So moving on to the next sign, which is Aries. Speaking of natal chart, so a natal chart is if you know your time of birth,
Natal.
and so if your natal, Natal. If you know your time of birth, your location, physical location of birth, and all of that kind of stuff, you can put it into a chart, and it will tell you all of the planets in transit and like every single place that they were. So we're talking about sun signs today. I do know that my Venus is in Aries,
So this girl likes her some Aries.
but I don't.
Well, good for you.
This
don't.
Aries list,
I
too,
don't
is
know.
rough.
Here's
I
the
mean,
deal.
well, there's one. Your number one, Jamie, is on this Aries
my
list.
number one is on here, and actually, honestly, I'll look.
Who's your number one?
Robert Downey Jr.
you know what?
RDJ, I called it.
Yeah.
Actually, I just wrote number one besides three. I actually just realized I've had a lifelong boner on RDJ,
Fassbender?
Marlon Brando, awful person, and Michael Fassbender, also an awful person, and Robert Downey Jr.
Heath Ledger is like the foxiest person
also,
on
there's
here.
so many Aries that are not on.
Charlie Chaplin was
Hefner,
handsome.
yikes.
Okay, so Elton John is on this Aries list. Did you guys? I just saw like this commercial from last Christmas. Did you see like the Elton John Christmas commercial for like John Lewis department store in the UK. It made me fucking weep. It was okay. So it's like 2.5 minutes long, and it starts out and it's Old Man Elton at the piano, and he's like doing one of his songs, and then it's clips from the movie, which I'm gonna go see, and it tells his life story backwards.
Movie.
The new Elton movie coming out in a couple months, and it tells his life story backwards, like big concerts, and then it's like smaller concerts, and eventually. We go far back, and it's Christmas morning, and he's getting his first piano as a little boy, and it's like that's the gift, and it's like that's the gift of his entire life. Anyway, it's a lot.
So Aries, as we all know, god of war.
Different Aries.
I mean, I think they're all kind of the same.
I mean, where are all the
Aries, though, is known as like forthright, headstrong, like, right? Like, isn't that like sort of combative? Like an Aries is like sort of a
ram.
I wouldn't even say combat. It's a ram, but to me, Aries is just sort of like
It's a force of nature.
It's like
Earth sign? No.
As fire sign.
Fire.
So Aries is the first of the fire signs, also the first cardinal signs. To me, Aries is sort of like forthright in the sense that everything comes across as sort of action. It's very simple,
it's to the point. Right?
Yeah.
Not necessarily a negative thing. It's just, it's a very like...
I mean, we're missing like Big Sean, Mariah Carey.
We've got Jackie Chan.
No bullshit.
There's
like
power in there.
Yes. Leonardo da Vinci.
A lot of
Paul
The
Rudd.
Undertaker.
That was a good one.
But a lot of like Aries people, right? Like that's sort of a classic sort of like... Maybe you'll be like a CEO or
you'll
like...
You're big. You're Lady Gaga.
Yeah. Rise to the top.
March 28th.
Yeah.
Good date.
Yeah, so an Aries is like it's not a negative thing, which I think is really funny that
None of it's negative.
Are any of them negative? Yeah. Like
Except Gemini. Gemini's negative. Let's just be real. That's some trash right there. Let's just be real.
So who else is an Aries? Jackie Chan. Hey, he's gonna karate kick you in the face.
Hey, Jackie Chan's still working.
Yeah.
Still fucking working. And that's the thing, Aries too. Work fucking work. All these people except the ones that are dead.
So wait, who are we trying to date on this list?
All of them.
I'm going to date
Charlie Chaplin.
Man, I
Man,
don't
you
care.
and a lot of other girls.
I've got syphilis now.
You and a lot of other women and a few younger girls.
Yes,
Ooh.
I am like
this is
17
Una.
years older than
Una.
Una at this point, or
Okay,
something. 'Cause,
so we might not have a chance.
No.
We might be a little past.
And you know,
Robert Downey Jr. portrayed Chaplin.
that's what I was gonna say.
Can I tell you, I've had such a crush on RDJ my whole life. Second grade, went to my sister's house. We went to Blockbuster, and I was like, "Can we watch Chaplin?" Because I lived in a tiny town, and we were in a Chaplin, and I watched that awkward ass prestige
Isn't
film.
it like 3 hours?
It's so long. He has sex with minors, and I was like in second grade, and I was like, "Ew."
And he's like 28 years old, and then he has to do old man makeup for like a
God.
lot of the movie. Anyway,
he did
anyway.
nail it.
all right, Taurus.
I drove a Ford Taurus for a long time. It was like a boat. It was Hunter Green. I wrecked it.
I had a Taurus dump a salad in my lap one time.
Was it? Were you at Stony River?
Were you at Stony River?
Stony River Grill. Was it Miranda Lambert?
but
Did this happen last week?
I'm wondering
to
if
find out.
I'm wondering if they talked about it, and that's where she got the idea.
She
because
probably
honestly,
did. We need to find.
I'm going to find out Miranda Lambert's
Here's the deal.
sign.
Scorpio.
Oh. Okay. Damn. I mean, I
was gonna
believe
say,
you.
She has a real wide
Quiz
face
me.
like me. Okay, so Taurus. I'm a Taurus. We'll
That's
breeze
some earth vibe.
earthy vibe. Taurus,
Dig your
though,
toes
is
into the dirt.
Taurus is an earth sign. Taurus is also known for being incredibly stubborn.
Oh.
Incredibly stubborn. Sensual, but also very lazy.
Jamie, you
All
left
of this
Hitler off
describes you
this
to a
list,
T.
by the way.
Hitler.
420. A 420 Taurus.
Oh, wait, though. That's a cusp. That's a
It's a
cusper.
cusp. So just to clear this up really quick.
That's a cusp.
I know the cusp thing is a big thing. It's like, oh, well, I was born on like the 23rd of June, which I was. So, you know, you get it into your head. It's like, oh, well, I'm a cusper, so I'm like both signs.
No.
No. It's your
Madame
chart,
Rose.
honey. It's your chart. You got to look at it. So this is just to dispel the myth of cusps.
Oh, I love this.
They're garbage.
This is so bold.
And every time you say that you're a cusper, you are garbage. So stop. But fun fact.
I love
So my
Zodiac
sister
shit.
and I have the same birthday.
Yes.
We're both June 23rd. She's 89 and I'm 87. Mm-hmm. Our charts
that
are
party.
incredibly different.
And you
But
two are
somehow
very different.
we two are
Because
very
the Earth
different.
is at completely different places in the sky
all the time.
Yeah,
So her chart has
even different right
maybe
now.
like a tiny bit of Gemini. My chart literally goes Cancer, Gemini, Cancer, Gemini, Cancer, Gemini. So it's a incredibly cusp chart. If cusps were a thing, if that's the way it worked out all the time.
Right.
Yes, I am split personality.
So
bipolar
basically,
disorder, and I
cusps
can't
are
fix it.
girls who have made out with girls in college and say they are bisexual,
I never
even though
went
they're
to college,
not.
but basically.
Okay,
yeah.
got it. Yeah.
I'm a cusper.
I'm a cusp.
Well, it's like the girl who just downloaded CoStar and is in the bar showing everybody and trying to get everybody on it,
That's me.
which I love.
That's me. That's all me.
No, it's not even to be mean. Cusp is not a thing. Look at your chart. It's way more fun than just calling yourself a cusper. And how stupid does that sound when you say, I'm a cusper?
Especially when there's a right and wrong answer and it's not even a thing.
Thank you.
Just look it up,
So,
ladies. Look it up.
Taurus.
I love
Go
this.
down this list. Here's the deal. Every Taurus.
I think you should start from the top of this list because it's really funny.
this Taurus list is really funny. First, number 1, Jamie.
Jamie, me.
Number
In
2,
capital letters.
Number 2, motherfuckers. Rami goddamn Malik, my baby doll. Number 3, number 1 pussy eater, Dwayne the Rock
Dwayne the Rock
Johnson.
Wait, is that true?
Yes.
He said.
Oh my God, yes.
Dwayne does go down.
He went on
does.
Twitter on the episode where we talked about George. He went on Twitter and literally was like, "I love to eat pussy," because
He's breaking the stigma.
DJ Khaled came out and said, "I don't like to eat pussy," and The Rock,
And Rob was like, what?
The
Hold
Rock literally. Oh yeah, find out
Yeah,
what
yeah,
he
yeah.
is because that sign is canceled. Number 4, Jeffrey Dahmer, also
fun.
does not love to eat pussy. William Shakespeare,
Probably not a pussy eater.
Mowing down on a pussy at all times. James McAvoy,
Yes.
yeah, Scottish
Probably.
dude, yeah. David Attenborough. Here's the deal. Earth sign, I love animals. He loves animals. We
Meant
love
to be.
animals. Noah Centineo, who is the hot boy, who is so cute. That's on All the Boys I've Loved on Netflix. Recently saw a photo of him jacking off. Love him.
Fun.
Al Pacino, definitely a Taurus. Jack Nicholson, kind of weird. Jimmy Stewart.
I love Jimmy
so
Stewart.
early.
I'm just putting, I'm going to put some hearts.
Channing Tatum. Stevie Wonder.
These are good.
These are great.
I like that list.
And Hitler.
And apparently also Hitler.
And apparently also
Wait, I
Hitler.
might just look at a list.
So these are
really quick.
April birthdays then, for the most
May.
part? May? Okay.
May and April.
Late April, May. So yeah, Taurus, we're stubborn. We like to get shit done. We also love to take a nap.
Gemini. Twins.
Do we really have to talk about them?
Gemini is the trashiest sign, with the exception of my boyfriend and my best friend are Geminis. I'm a rising sign Gemini. Can you talk about rising signs, Caitlin? What do you think about that? That's like the mask you put on, right? That's like who everyone
I
thinks
wouldn't
you
even
are.
Oh,
say
I like
mask.
that.
I would say it's sort of maybe even what you unconsciously put out and what maybe fits the best. I feel like I'm going to pull up an official
Yeah.
just so I don't screw it up. But I think ascendant signs are kind of the coolest thing because it's also
Are you
outside-
Gemini ascendant as well?
I'm not.
Okay.
But it's also the sign that kind of sets your whole chart. So your ascendant is the beginning of your chart. So we won't go
It's where
into,
the
we won't go into
moon-
houses and everything.
Right?
But it's like where
No.
where your first house starts is where your ascendant is. So depending on what time you were born, your life is sort of mapped out on this chart based on where your ascendant sign is.
Your ascendant is most directly tied to the actual moment that you exited
Yes.
the womb.
Okay.
What you're saying is right. It's sort of, I wouldn't say mask because I think it is still an inherently like deep part of your personality probably.
I just want to quickly ask, do you guys have, so this Gemini, like, sort of static, is this based on, like, personal experience or just, like, a general understanding of the sign? Is this, like, common knowledge that
General
Geminis...
and personal.
Yeah.
Oh, it's personal.
Gemini is so.
I'm actually mostly kidding. I don't have that. I have so much Gemini in my chart that I'm a
Same.
monster.
So I was gonna say my ascendant is Gemini, and I've always really gotten along with Geminis because
you're
Gemini.
attracted to Gemini.
I am
You're
very
like,
much.
zing, zing, zing.
So like Gemini and Taurus though are not like usually the sign that's like right next to you is not necessarily like your most compatible. But I have so many Geminis and Leos in my life, and I, as a Taurus sun sign, should not necessarily like be as attracted to those signs. But like Geminis are the twins, so it's like this duality. There's gregariousness.
Very
there's-
literal.
It's like very like a conflicted sort of like a lot of clown kind of class clown
like John Wayne Gacy.
need attention.
Need attention, but also reject. So it's a push-pull kind of sign.
So Edward Snowden was the first name on the Gemini list.
Literally, our Gemini
He
list,
seems
like wanting
seems like a
attention,
fun
but
person to
also
hang
like
out with.
rejecting the
Yeah.
attention.
So literally, let me just read this list because we were cackling. So it's Donald Trump, George H.W. Bush.
So there's like some murderers and some like real dirtbags on this list, but one of my least favorite Geminis I'm looking at right here is Chris Pratt.
Wow.
I just don't like
That's
him.
like a new dislike, isn't it? Or have you always
Honestly,
disliked
I've
him?
always disliked
He's always
him.
giving me a bad
I
vibe.
have always disliked him, and I have felt really. Here's the thing.
wrong camp counselor.
I keep a lot of things. I keep more things to myself than people realize. And one thing I've kept to myself since the beginning of Parks and Recreation is Chris Pratt is a piece of shit. I can tell.
By the way, that was a very Virgo statement.
Thank you. We'll get there.
It's funny because like I've always known you to be a very gregarious person, but I've always been like, Ashley's got secrets.
She's holding a lot.
She hates Chris
I
Pratt.
hold it back until I don't.
Yes.
Secrets.
I will say too about Chris Pratt that
And he's not even close to the worst person on this list. Like, he's honestly not. Like, I'm
Literally-
sure whatever.
literally John Wayne and Jussie Smollett, just from the news this week, are also
Mike
Gemini.
Pence is on this list. I mean, Mike
Donald
Pence is
Trump.
terrible. Yeah, Donald Trump is, I mean,
Literal Mark Wahlberg, who beat a man.
hottest
Almost to
Geminis,
death.
hottest, like, full on
Liam
for real
Neeson.
sexies is Peter Dinklage is
Yeah.
for real sexy. Nick Kroll is for real
Yeah.
sexy. Tupac, he's in
Kendrick
Cuba.
Lamar.
Paul McCartney.
Brooks, our lawyer.
So the other fun thing about
And my
Gemini,
boyfriend,
though,
Brad.
is that Gemini rules words and communication. So
Mm-hmm.
in Gemini, you kind of have like some of the best writers, like at least regarded. Like even in rap, so like
Kendrick
B.I.G.,
Lamar, Bob
Tupac,
Dylan, yeah.
Kendrick,
Yeah.
Kanye, even though we're a little mad at him.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. We've
Still, though.
Yeah.
Paul
But
McCartney.
Dylan Thomas, I think Keats, a lot of actual like
legit
historic.
poets.
I mean, Kendrick is a legit.
Legit poet, yeah.
Yes.
But
Well-
I'm saying it seems to be like,
Well-
and then you have the opposite side of that where it's Donald Trump, where it's just word vomit all the time.
Right.
It's just like,
well, and like whether
no-
you agree with that person or not, it's like that person is manipulating language in a
Has
way that
power
is
with-
How does your
influencing
boyfriend
people.
do that in your relationship, Jamie, as a
he-
Gemini?
He normally says stuff like, "Hey, you hurt my feelings,
That
Jamie."
and that works.
No.
Does that work?
He normally is like, "Please stop yelling at me."
So he uses his words.
He
Ooh,
does.
Iggy Azalea also. Not my This is just, I just typed in Gemini rappers because it's one of my favorite things. Kendrick Macklemore and
Ooh, JFK. I will always
Lauryn
have
Hill.
a soft spot for a Gemini, but
I
they're
love a
also
Gemini, just keep 'em away.
They're messy as fuck.
keep him out of here.
All right, which brings me to one of my favorite signs.
Sup?
Cancer. Cancer the crab. Recently saw a tweet
With
of
your moon faith moody self.
just like a little mama crab just eating her crab baby.
I saw that.
She was hungry.
You know what?
loved
That's why
it.
you have so many. That's what they're for.
Just eat a bunch of your babies. So one of my favorite things about Cancer, I've dated a Cancer, one of the sweetest people I've ever dated. Great people in a lot of ways. Cancer and Taurus, very compatible. Put that out there.
Mommy issues.
Oh, so many issues.
Yeah, there's George W. Bush right there, front and center.
Elon
Well,
Musk.
those are daddy issues. I mean, he really.
Oh,
went
I
with
think
it.
it's really. I mean, but
Maybe both.
Barbara.
So one
Oh,
of
I feel like it's all Barbara
But
with
it's
that
love.
entire
it all
family.
comes from love.
So the saddest thing about this list, when I look at it, here's the thing that I thought was a really funny trend. Conor McGregor, Sylvester Stallone, Mike Tyson,
Henry VIII.
all these like prize fighters are Cancers.
All these compensators.
It's so interesting. Yes, Henry VIII,
Julius Caesar.
Julius Caesar, a lot of our most tragic stars.
Ernest Hemingway, yeah.
Man.
Literally Ernest
I mean,
Hemingway.
honestly, Kevin Hart.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, Anthony Bourdain.
Listen, Ernest Hemingway,
I like
Robin
your
Williams.
honestlies.
Honestly, Ernest Hemingway, Robin Williams, Anthony Bourdain, what do they have in common?
Oh.
Chris
Robin
Cornell.
Williams.
Chris Cornell. Guy.
And
Also
Bob
OJ.
Dole.
And then fucking Bob
Dole.
holding his-
Bob rolls in with no issues.
He's like, hello. Bob Dole and Gerald Ford roll in and are like, hello, ladies.
Who are my favorite? Bob Fosse. Who else do I love?
Bob fucking Fosse.
Bob freaking Fosse.
Also, you got, so on the Bob Fosse tip, you got Jaden Smith. You got these like little, like kind of freaky beat of their own drummer, lovely little boo-boos. Daniel Radcliffe always has been
Radcliffe's
Radcliffe. Okay, I want to say something quickly about Radcliffe. So I want to just
love that
commend
dude.
him for just like I'm a TV actor now. Daniel Radcliffe just fully just does
Really?
TV show.
I mean, he
He's on
did a
some
full
new TV
frontal. I
show
feel like
with.
after that, you're
I was about to say
I'm
full
good.
frontal and like missionary gay sex scene. Not
Also, movie with the dead guy.
yes, where he farted
Oh, where he's
a
the
lot.
fart corpse.
Yeah, fart corpse.
It was called Fart
corpse.
Wait, is that what it was called?
It is now.
Okay, fart corpse.
It was the third weekend
I
at
can't wait
Bernie's.
for fart corpse too.
It starred Post Malone.
This is going to be a great franchise.
Corpse too.
George Michael.
I love George Michael. I love George Michael.
George Michael, Cancer Sun, Gemini Moon.
George Michael passed away on Christmas Day. I know that.
Well, and I was also going to say it's interesting because there's the Beatles aren't they all air signs and water signs?
Oh, I don't know.
Lennon, B-Day.
Oh,
You had,
he's
I
on
think,
here.
yeah.
Is he Libra?
Probably.
Let me look at my literature.
My literature. Yes, he is Libra.
So it's like you've got Harrison Pisces, Ringo Cancer, then you've got Gemini McCartney, and Libra Lennon. So you have this really nice, fun air water combo.
So how do you feel about the
Pantheon
band
of
Earth, Wind,
gods.
and Fire?
You know, I actually don't know their song.
Oh, shit.
But I'm wondering if that's where it came from.
That's where it came from.
Cool. So with Cancer, we've got all these like really sensitive signs. We've got all these like mommy issue signs. We've got prize fighters. We've got suicidal celebrities. And then
Paul Schrader.
And then we've got Paul Schrader. And then we've got, we've got Will Ferrell.
He's doing great.
Sad clown.
Best
clearly.
comedians, most sensitive.
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, and honestly, like a good comedian knows how to read people. So that makes sense. OJ. One of my favorite comedians is OJ Simpson. And Nikola Tesla. Those are two of my favorites. Vaudeville stars.
Hey, do you think O.J. Simpson had his brain turned to cheese from football?
No.
I think it's pretty easy to do.
Guys,
Listen, the other guy murdered people too, and then they did an autopsy on him.
Guys, he was acquitted. Let's move on. Let's acquit. If it doesn't
Leave it in
fit-
Calabasas.
If it doesn't
Leave
fit-
it in Calabasas.
If it doesn't fit, you must be a Leo. That's our next sign.
Good transition.
I will
me outta
say, as a Taurus, not just get along with Leo, all growing up, most of my friends are Leos, and I always used to say, y'all, I live in the lion's den.
Oh my God. Did you really?
No.
Like Daniel without the grace of God.
Leo is, what I know about Leo is vanity. They're like ostentatious. A Leo wants attention.
Validation.
Validation.
Please validate me.
Please tell me I'm the best. Please.
Oh, wow, there's some
I feel like a
beautiful people in
Leo.
here. Look, y'all, there's some beautiful people in here.
While
got-
I love you, I also need you to have fake titties and be the most popular girl in town.
I don't know.
That's
so much
exactly
about
like Barack Obama.
That's exactly.
that. That's exactly the opposite.
When I think
Barack
of
Obama.
fucking Neil fucking Armstrong.
I think okay, so Leo to me is one of the most sincere, in some ways.
Okay.
Most sincere sign when they are being themselves and when they feel comfortable being themselves. They
I can
are the
say
most
that.
one of the most
Yeah.
glorious signs to be around. I also believe with Leo, if they are
Harsh
in a
as
negative
fuck.
place, if a Leo is negative, get the fuck away. Because if that sun is not shining, you're gonna get hurt. You're gonna get hurt.
You're gonna be in the shadow.
You need to run. You're gonna be in the
Yes.
shadow of an angry Leo, and it's
Girl.
not fun. And also,
You guys
a
are
Leo who doesn't
scaring
feel good
me.
about themselves.
Here's the deal
Ooh.
here's what I feel about
Ugly.
a Leo though. Like everything she's saying is true, but the bright side of that sun is so bright. You want to
Listen,
be in it.
I'm just throwing this out there. Most fuckable sign.
Leo is V fuckable.
Really?
Oh.
All right.
Here's the deal though. We'll just
Until you decide no more Leos in your life.
So you're not going to bed Shawn Mendes?
I like
or Andy Samberg or Robert Mueller?
or Mick
Let's take it back on the Mueller.
Wood fuck.
Would, but
Literally, I go down this list. It's like Jason Momoa, yep. Barack Obama, yep.
Yep.
Tom Brady,
no. Hemsworth, yes.
Yes.
Armstrong, yes.
Yes.
Schwarzenegger, no.
Honestly, yeah. Kevin Spacey, absolutely not. Bill Clinton, yes. Sam Elliott, yes.
Yes.
Robert De Niro, yes.
Yes.
Steve Carell,
Yes.
really
Oh my
heavy.
God.
Swayze, yes.
Oh my God. Steve
Sandberg,
Carell.
maybe.
Sandberg, 100.
I just want to put this out there to white men. If you can age like Steve Carell, do that.
Just a thought.
Just throwing it out.
Andy Warhol.
I don't know if I was as tight.
You're not soup.
I'm not soup.
Mick
You're not
Jagger.
Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah, but Leos are oozing sexual
And River Phoenix, yeah.
oozing sexual chemistry and charisma, but also
Leave them behind. It's Virgo now. That's me.
They're cute, but a little dumb. Let's just say that. But now into Virgo, who are the opposite of dumb, unless you get a bad one.
Virgo's the smartest.
There's some bad Virgos on this list.
Oh, there's some bad ones. It's also, this is one of the longest lists, Jamie.
Here's the thing. My birthday is the 1st of September. There are very, very many birthdays in the weeks surrounding mine because all of our parents were like fucking around the holidays.
Yeah.
So the reason there's so many Virgos is there's a lot of like Christmas and New Year's
Well,
babies.
how did they end up so famous?
Oh God, love, hugs.
So tell
I don't know.
us what are some Virgo
Yeah, tell me about Virgos because this is what I want to know more than anything about me.
I'm going to say Virgos with the opportunism is mind-blowing. Virgos will,
That's why the list is so long.
Virgos will get shit done.
This
Virgos
feels-
will climb that ladder in a way that appears as holy and impressive and hard work. Even if it's not, it still fucking comes across
That feels really true to me
And I'm
because
not talking
I'm
about you,
constantly but I constantly am thinking of just like scams.
Yeah.
And, like,
Virgo is the ultimate scammer because Virgo
yeah.
never looks like they're scamming you. They're fantastic.
Thank
love
you.
Virgos.
I appreciate it.
I love Virgos too. I mean, I think that
Virgos would get me to do a
ultimate scam.
multi-level marketing scheme.
I spoke earlier. It's like, here's the thing about Virgos. It's like, I said this earlier. It's like, I just keep a lot to myself. And so I'm just like thinking and like planning and like moving steps ahead. And then it's like, suddenly I'm there.
Well, because you're a planner.
Yes,
and that's
very
the thing.
much.
You're a constant planner. You're a planner for 20 years ahead of your life and you didn't even know you were doing it.
Virgo's not as shady as some of the other signs, though. Like a Virgo to me...
It depends on the rest of the chart.
But, I was going to say a Virgo to me is like all the things you just said, but it's like all the ones I've ever been very close to and friends with are like, hey, I'm running a scam.
Yeah. I mean, we're not liars.
I'm working my ass off.
Yeah.
I'm working
no
my
one said
ass off.
scamming was easy.
Scamming is hard.
Here's the deal.
work.
I'm running a scam. Do you want to be a part of the scam? No. Get out of my way.
Terry Bradshaw.
Ashley and Terry
Get out
Bradshaw.
of my way or I'll ruin your reputation.
Ashley and Terry Bradshaw and Mark Ronson and Paul Walker, R.I.P. constantly
Me
try
and
to get me.
Whitey Bulger.
Ultimate scammer.
The ultimate scammer.
I wish there was more historical figures on this list.
I'm
We
sorry.
got
I feel like that's
LBJ.
where you really get. But I'm wondering.
Paul Walker is a historical figure,
R.I.P.
technically.
Oh, dear God. So sad.
Bill Murray, scammer. Bruce Springsteen, scam.
Yeah.
Sean
Great
Connery,
scams that I love.
LBJ, scam. Giant dick. Mark Ronson, running all kinds of scams.
Running
Lots
so
of
many
scams.
scams.
Jack Black, who knows? Stephen
Jamming
King.
the scams.
Jamming the scam. Bernie Sanders, number one scammer.
Number one scam. Hugh Grant, still scamming.
James Harden, scammer. Lily Tomlin,
Virgos with that
scam.
earthy quality,
Lily
they're
Tomlin.
not coming across at you with this like super in your face.
No.
I want to
like,
underline
glamour.
Lily
They're literally
Tomlin.
coming across to you as like Bernie fucking Sanders with his
Right.
fucked up hair. And he's
Right.
like, I don't know, I'm just trying to be honest. Like, okay.
Honestly,
I dig it.
Macaulay Culkin, it's like, okay.
No, he's got a sad chart though.
Andrew Cunanan,
Stop.
God.
scammer.
Jeez.
Such a
Bruce
scammer.
Springsteen. When I think of like classic
Devoted
scams,
to the scam.
When I think of scamming, oh my God.
I think of the boss.
This is a sticker.
Wait, just one Virgo historical. I mean, you've got Mother Teresa,
Scammer.
Scam.
total scammer. Jesus Christ. Michael Jackson,
Scammer.
John McCain.
Scammer. All of us are scammers. All of these.
Wait, okay, what about Roald Dahl?
Scammer. Oh, I know more about him than I need to. Yeah,
you don't want to
scammer.
know.
So we have officially decided that Virgos are scammers.
Hot scammers.
And the trick is, it's like the thing is, it's like all the teen magazines are
didn't
just
even
like you're
know this.
earthy.
Here's
It's
the
like
deal.
it's like
Here's the
they
deal,
run
though.
tricks.
They
It's
trick
like,
you in their casual footwear
yes.
into thinking that they are
I'm not
normal
wearing
people.
shoes right now. I'm not wearing any shoes.
They're in
She is wearing socks with polka dots though,
Yes.
which is really fun.
They're in Vermont. They seem really liberal, but they like totally support a lot of like horrible gun laws. All right, so
Libra, trash time.
I hate Libra.
Oh my god.
Libra's the worst.
I love this part.
Anyone that's listening to Libra, delete this app from your phone.
Y'all, but you're
I don't
pretty.
have
You're pretty
opinions
though.
like this.
Good God, you're pretty. You Libras.
Libras,
Even when you're balding.
You guys have so many
Even
opinions.
a balding Libra is cute. Let's see
Libras
here.
look good. My dad's Libra, so I can't.
This is a very fuckable list, though.
I've been very into
First-
Moon and Libra lately, and I don't know why.
Jimmy
All right.
Carter.
Oh, fuck.
Fuckable as the day is long.
Here's the deal. I want to fuck
President
all of
Peanut.
As long as he lives.
No, forever.
Yeah.
Gandhi.
Forever.
He keeps building those houses.
Jeff
Well, he
Goldblum.
ate so many peanuts. Michael Douglas.
Michael speaking of pussy eating.
My question, yes, who on this
Michael
list eats
Douglas.
pussy?
Okay, but
Michael Douglas-
Caitlin, you may not know this. So
Let me say these things.
but I'm going to tell you something that I know Jamie knows. So
you know-
Michael Douglas got like throat
Throat
or
cancer.
yes.
From eating pussy.
From
Yeah,
HPV.
that's what. Yeah,
Not just for eating pussy. That's not a thing that happens.
all the
Don't be
time to
scared.
everyone.
Also, how does everyone not have throat cancer? Just put it out there. Bruno Mars.
Libra is like the
Throat
catty
cancer.
man. Libra is the catty man of the zodiac.
Yes.
Like Libra is the guy who you're just
Oh.
like, oh my fucking god, like why won't you just like let me be the funniest person? in
I'm
the room?
literally
Like,
looking
what
at the
is your
name
fucking
Oscar
problem?
Wilde right now.
yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I will say, going back to Michael Douglas, I'd be surprised if Liberace is not a Libra. Like, just
Libra's just always looking at other people's like, why did they have that thing and I don't have that thing and I want to have that thing?
Vladimir Putin,
I'm gonna have that thing now.
John Lennon,
Zac Efron, Hugh Jackman,
Ezra Miller.
You know, The Greatest Showman set was a shit show.
Did you watch The Greatest Showman?
Yes, I did. I
You
wanted
are you
to
serious?
die.
Are you serious? Why?
I was on a Christmas trip and it was
Were there
necessary.
children there?
There were children.
Okay,
there.
all
Also,
right.
Can we talk about the spelling of Matt Damon because
I'm drunk.
it's my favorite thing.
Matt Damon.
You spelled Vladimir Putin correctly.
Maybe Libra is like the obvious scammer, like Sacha Baron Cohen. Obvious
Scammer. Nietzsche, obvious scammer.
Yeah.
Like they're
Oscar
not here to
Wilde,
trick
honestly.
you. They're just charming
No.
enough to be like, okay, like fucking entertain me for
Here's
5
the
minutes.
deal.
with your
I don't
bullshit.
even think Libra is charming. Literally, also, like Hugh Jackman, like, I'm a showman. It's like,
Oh,
fuck
he's so
you.
hot,
no.
though.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would fuck anyone on all of these lists. Chevy Chase, though, like, literally, if you think about it, ostentatious,
Chevy
scammy.
Chase is one of the worst people on this entire list, and they're murderers.
Can I also say insecure?
Yes. Libra.
Ah.
Okay, so here's our Libra list. We got Jimmy Carter. Sorry, Gandhi. Stupid showman. Michael Douglas, stupid showman. Eminem, stupid showman. Ryan Reynolds, stupid showman. Zac Efron.
is so cute though.
God,
He's
I'm
such a cute little.
I'm
stupid
really
showman.
proud of the way his face turned
I
out.
would go back in time and
Oh God!
Wait,
Vladimir
Zac Efron wasn't holes.
Holy
that
shit!
was the
Vladimir
other one.
Putin, student, like
Yes.
showman from hell.
honestly, while
Liv
he's got
Shriver.
Donald Glover, stupid showman.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, hey, you know what would be over the edge? I can't just make a good song. I'm going to shoot somebody in the fucking head in my video. I can't just have my shirt off.
I
Like,
will also say
Well,
that
I mean,
I feel
here's-
like with Libra, you've kind of got so Libra's the
It's just so
second cardinal
obvious.
sign. Libra does initiate. It does initiate some kind of happening,
Viggo
but it's
Mortensen.
not like a.
Jeff Goldblum. Like, they're all, it's
Why
all
do
the
they
same.
seem very insincere? I think that's
Yes.
what I get.
Ah.
Insincere.
Yes.
And it's not a problem. I'm not.
Hey, I
judging.
like.
No.
I love it
I
when it
actually-
happens.
It's almost cool. It's maybe like that lack of sincerity is what
Yeah.
creates this really attractive
Yeah.
thing.
Oh, I mean, again, I would fuck anyone on this list.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on
mean,
to the
really,
most.
you're gonna you skip
Isn't
Tom
just
Petty.
really good insincerity called charm? You know, like at the end of the day.
Oh yeah, Tom Petty.
R.I.P.
So next we got to move on. Next list, Scorpio. So I have a distinct memory of being on a tour bus, making out with a dude. In the middle of making out with a dude, I pulled away and I went, "What's your sign?" And he goes, Scorpio. And I go, "I knew it." I was like 17. I was like, I
say-
knew it.
Scorpio is the most, in my opinion, obvious
Sexual.
of
It's just
everything.
sexy.
Scorpio is someone I can see in a room
Scorpio's like
dancing
go-
and saying, "Are you a Scorpio?" Because you dance like you have ants in your pants, and it doesn't look comfortable.
Scorpio is like going to the red light district in Amsterdam and being like, "Are
And
you
they're
a
like, "This is
prostitute?"
me."
I don't even like know much
is
about
me.
like astrology, but even I know that like the
Scorpio.
Scorpios are the ones.
Like, let's roll into this trash ass list.
Yeah.
Okay. For one, Pete Davidson.
I mean-
let's just say, what are you picking up off of that one? Because I don't want it. Prince Charles, dear God.
Camilla.
I would marry.
The
Prince
saddest
Seriously.
thing about this list is I would hook up with every single person on it.
Even Roosevelt? That's amazing.
Most
I love
like
it.
most of all.
There is a adorable darkness to this list that I'm just...
So here's
I think
it's like
so trashy, but so
Christopher
cute.
Columbus, Pat Sajak, John Candy, Pablo Picasso. I skipped over Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah. Honestly, minus
Gosling.
RuPaul.
minus McFarland. Even Charles Manson can stay.
Can Charles Manson get it?
Yes,
Dear
I'm into
God.
all of them. Like Scorpio is the worst.
Okay, look at the Scorpio
Adam
list and everyone pick
Driver.
your top 3 that you would
Adam.
sleep
Okay,
with.
everyone pick
Driver.
your top 3.
Top 3 to sleep with. I'm going to pick Sam Rockwell and
Fuck. All right. So number 1,
I'm not done, but you keep going.
you start, Jamie.
Ryan Gosling,
Okay.
Adam Driver, Sam Rockwell.
I have Pete Davidson, Danny DeVito, and Sam Rockwell.
I mean, fuck it. I'll go Bill Gates.
Get that money.
You got on the
Smart,
driver
that's
before
smart.
I could say it.
Get that money.
You know what? John Candy, I bet, was a really fun time.
Oh,
I bet John Candy was a
I
generous
bet
lover.
John Candy was
Yes.
not only a generous lover, but a fun lover.
I completely agree.
Eat a tootie, yes. Wagons East. All right.
Also, snacks in bed. Bed snacks. I mean, that's just me. I'm just saying I think
my
he would
God.
be accepting.
He would be the only one that I would
I
have
don't
to
think
count
he would
Weight
judge
Watchers
me.
points in bed with. That's for sure.
It sounds like a
If
good
you want to eat a
relationship
pizza
now.
in bed, you go ahead and you do it.
Ooh, eat a
I'm not
pizza
gonna
off
judge
me,
you.
John Candy.
Oh, dear God.
All right. So Sagittarius.
Sag.
Sagittarius is our crazy artist, right? Like
guess.
Sagittarius is supposed to be like impulsively artistic. Like, give me a fucking break. Suck a dick.
I mean, there's
Go to
some great
work.
ones. There's some good ones. I'm
Buscemi?
torn on the Sagittarius page.
Why?
I am the least familiar.
Okay.
I am the most judgmental,
All right.
but I have a soft spot for a Sagittarius.
I like a Sagittarius too.
Yeah.
Because to me, a Sagittarius is like the messy finger painter of the zodiac. It's like, I'm going to like.
Try this thing now.
Because, like, where you have your Aquarius that seems like an adult that is like, I'm a little
I'm just an
esoteric and
asshole.
like,
Yeah.
well, like, an Aquarius is like, I'm a little bit hard to get to know. And a Sagittarius is like, I'm hard to get to know because I'm purple and I love pizza. And, like, it's just like, I like
Or here's the
art.
other thing. Aquarius
like-
goes to Burning Man. Sagittarius ends up at Burning Man. It's like, what am I doing here?
Oh my God, that's really.
I don't even know.
Aquarius put on Burning
I'll
Man.
take my clothes off. Like, what?
Sagittarius is like, you know, I'm not even really sure how I have insurance, but I do. It's weird.
Sagittarius, yeah, it's sort of like responsibility. I don't know. I mean, I just do it.
Crazy.
This-
I'm a graphic designer.
But there's also, can I just say, like, female Sagittarians are the most fucking driven human beings
so
I've ever known in my
fun.
life. That's why it's so weird. I always kind of thought that male Sagittarians always come across as potheads, no matter what. If they smoke weed or if they don't, for some reason, it's always kind of felt that way. Female Sagittariuses are either fucking batshit crazy or the most successful, driven,
and
concentrated,
usually,
focused people I've ever met.
and usually have
I've got
like,
Nicki Minaj as a female
Tristan.
Sag. We've got
Yeah.
Miley Cyrus. We've got
Onika.
Taylor Swift. We've got Katie Holmes.
Tristan, who did a theme song.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. That's it. Those are the
just
only
Nicki
ones.
Minaj.
Mary Queen of Scots.
more than
Zoe
that.
Kravitz. Sarah Paulson.
Ooh, Sarah Paulson.
Jane
Oh.
Fonda. Vanessa Hudgens.
My boyfriend-
Tina Turner, legend.
Roll back to Fonda. I mean, that shit
Yeah.
was get shit done.
Yeah.
Also,
81.
And also, in all respect,
Enterprising.
like there is a like revolutionary quality to Sagittarian women that I don't really see.
And
in
now,
men.
and Anna Faris, who I like.
Who I like because she left old carrying a cross
yeah.
up a hill, Chris Pratt. I will say
Brittany
that,
Jean Spears.
and I only know this because of my own sign, but I will say that like the difference between the female and the male of each sign is typically
It's insane.
pretty vast. Like I know like for Taurus, just at least, the female sign is perceived one way and the male sign is like totally different.
Is the male sign perceived as more aggressive?
No, the male sign is almost actually sadly perceived as less aggressive, and the female
Maybe kind of boring.
yeah, because Taurus as a sign is like one of the ones where it's like if you were to look up like who could be a boss and who's gonna like be a banker and like all the like stupid stereotypes that I don't necessarily agree with, but it's like who's gonna like be a banker and like
Or dump a salad in your lap.
or be like a lot of times it'll be like like you're gonna be a producer, like you're gonna run the show, and like the male Taurus is like you're gonna lay down and like be like a 600-pound man. Yeah, it's really weird. Like the women, it's like you're a bitch, and the men, it's like you like to sleep
and eat in bed.
and
Brad
eat.
Pitt, Jake Gyllenhaal, Joseph Stalin, Beethoven.
Boys, I can't though. I mean, they're gorgeous. Who we got?
Literally Emmanuel Macron, Steven Spielberg.
Great sense
You
of
have
humor.
two
Fabulous
murderers,
sense of humor.
Ted Bundy and Ted Cruz.
Back to the mutables. Mutable signs are murderers. That is
Stalin. I didn't even see Stalin.
Jonah Hill has killed so many prostitutes.
Jonah Hill is
believe
hot
it.
now, by the way.
I know.
I wouldn't go that far.
I would.
I was like,
Madame Rose
I
would
watched
not go
what's
that
that
far.
show? The Netflix show with him and
with the other girl.
Directed
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he did so good.
He did great. That was a great show. Yeah, Sagittarius is great. So
And by hot, I didn't mean anti-hot. I think that he
No.
is an interesting looking person, but his eyes have always just looked so scary.
I'm with you. I'm not down. John Malkovich. Jeff Bridges is one of my
These
like
are some
ultimate
I
crushes.
really think
personalities.
the first.
These are-
my favorite thing about John Malkovich is I always think of the video for Walking on Broken Glass, and so I always think of Annie Lennox every time I think of John
So I
Malkovich,
would
and that just
say
delights me.
that
Sagittarius not scared of being tacky.
No.
That's kind of what I see.
Honestly, the other thing too is like
Yeah.
any of them. A lot of these actors are character actors. Like even Brad Pitt, who's very
They
attractive.
take on roles.
Brad Pitt
Yeah,
is a
yeah.
character actor. Steve Buscemi is a character actor. Nicholas Hoult, also, who is very, very pretty, has done a lot of like character acting.
Work, yeah.
Well, and I was going to say, so I've dated a few Sagittarius risings, and these people, for some reason, have a tendency to take on completely different roles. They don't really melt
Chameleons.
into their next looks. They're chameleons. Themselves. They cannot really.
That makes sense.
It's a weird thing, and I'm saying like I dated one person who literally changed full look, full personality about 3 times in the course of a year.
That's exhausting.
It was fucking horrible. But I'm saying it's an interesting thing to
Yeah.
see, which might make for a really great character actor to take on
Yes.
such. Like Steve Buscemi is, well, I guess he always essentially kind of plays the same person.
Yeah.
No, but
No,
it's
he
like,
doesn't,
But
but-
when you look, or like even Tom Waits, who like can't just be satisfied being
Himself. He
Himself.
has to take on a character or take
Yes.
on an
All of-
entire
Yeah.
like visual thing.
I would even go out on a limb and say like Ted Bundy.
I was gonna say the
like
same
Ted
thing.
Bundy is like number
Yeah.
1 on this list, and it's like
he is appealing to people in the way that
Yes.
he feels like he needs to appeal to people to be accepted enough to murder
Yep.
them.
Yes.
Yes.
And that's true of Frank Sinatra.
Winston Churchill, like people who are like manipulating consciousness. Dick
Winston
Van Dyke.
Churchill was a piece of shit.
Yes, Dick Van Dyke, who I
Legit.
think is hot as fuck and old as hell.
I love Dick Van
Disney,
Dyke.
who took out all the pictures of cigarettes in his hands in every single press photo for Disney.
Really?
God, I love that.
Hendrix, who wore more scarves than my grandmother.
Jay-Z, who like hasn't been himself since what, 97? Jay-Z's gotta be like,
What about Macron, too? He's got kind of a little shapeshifter vibe.
yeah, he does.
happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. Oh, he's a naughty boy.
Is Jamie Foxx still with Katie Holmes?
Yes.
Okay.
God, I love it. Okay, Capricorn, last port of our cruise.
This has been
sailing
such a
trip
mindfuck
around
to
the
end.
world.
We start
Been-
on Aquarius and end on Capricorn. This
So
is fun.
Capricorn also, I know, very compatible with Taurus. I've dated several Capricorns. Capricorn is the goat. Capricorn's supposed to be like hardworking, kind of boring.
I'm kind of tired. Just
Yeah, like I don't think we need to spend a lot of time here. I will say Capricorns.
It's like the old man.
yes, Capricorns are.
Oh,
The old man of the Zodiac.
Benjamin Franklin,
Capricorn-
Lin-Manuel
What I
Miranda,
think of when I think of old men. Ben
Capricorns
Franklin.
are good, stable people.
LeBron.
They're good, stable
They
people.
will turn your life around.
Yes,
If you are a
Capricorns.
trashy mess like me.
Yes, Capricorns are not going to excite you, but they are sweet people.
So both Alexander Hamilton and Lin-Manuel Miranda are both
Yes.
Capricorn. Interesting.
Timothy Chalamet,
Louis Tomlinson you put on the list, yeah.
Howard Hughes.
Capricorn also, I think, can be a bit of a lady killer if we're just strictly going from the male
Yes.
point.
Yeah.
Like
David Bowie is a Capricorn.
Yeah.
Presley.
Liam Hemsworth.
I mean, Howard Hughes fucked.
I mean, apparently
Hughes
Bezos
fucked-
fucks.
Yeah.
A lot.
Bezos fucks and sends like weird
Yeah, he does.
alien
Deep
text
dick
messages.
pics.
Jeff Bezos, I will say.
I am a robot writing a sext right now. I love you, real human girl.
Do you know number 1 just dirty ass motherfucker on this list?
Who's the
Rowan
dirtiest?
Atkinson.
Yeah.
So you know who's acting? I'm remembering. Do you guys remember? It must have been like the
Jim
VMAs.
Carrey.
Jim Carrey at the VMAs when he was doing like that character. Do you remember this?
No.
This was like 20 years ago. It was like the MTV Movie Awards.
You're about to scare me.
And he was
What are you about to
doing
talk about?
some kind of he accepted an award. It was who was the singer of the Doors?
Jim Morrison.
He was like a Jim Morrison kind of
Sagittarius.
character. It was like a Jim Morrison kind of character where he had like long hair and he was like dressed like a rocker and he went up on stage and he just did this whole like character. But anyway, most fuckable Jim Carrey's ever been right there.
Here's Jude Law.
You know, he fucked Linda Ronstadt, so I guess
Jim Carrey fucked Linda Ronstadt?
I'm sorry.
When?
Wait, I didn't want to say fuck. They dated in the 80s. That's
Jim
what I
Carrey?
meant.
Jim Carrey?
Jim Carrey and Linda Ronstadt dated in the 80s. He has some really, in fact, I have
he
a
was really
little bit
young?
of an angry spot for Jim Carrey because he has some interviews where he just talks shit about how she was just like, she just had him around to like flip the pages in War and Peace.
Yeah,
or something,
well,
which is awesome.
yeah,
As she
well,
fucking
can I
should.
please
Yeah,
have a
man, just
well,
flip the pages in War
okay.
and Peace for me because
Wow.
I'm tired.
Here's the deal.
First of all, James.
Okay, I want to go ahead and say I feel like we need to wrap up soon. Capricorn's boring as fuck. Let's just talk about Linda Ronstadt for the last 2 or 3 minutes.
Oh dear God.
Cancer. Linda Ronstadt.
July 15th.
Angel.
Total angel.
Total angel.
Moon in Aquarius.
When did you get interested?
Wait, why are we talking about Linda Ronstadt?
Why not?
I don't know. Why not?
Did I blow it?
No.
Fuck no. I don't want to talk about Capricorn men anymore.
God, they bore the shit out of me.
They're so boring. But I've had.
But you know what? I want to marry a Capricorn.
I've had a stable.
I would like to marry.
Can I tell you
Well,
that?
Jeff Bezos is free.
Can I?
I don't think I'm going to live up to that
I'm
$1 billion
Jamie.
standard.
I'm Ashley.
We're with Madame Rose.
So,
This was Hot Minute. We can.
Doolittle. Did we Doolittle?
We have a
Nah.
safe, guys. We have a safe word.
We do have a safe word. We're not
so-
going to tell you our safe word.
Fuck.